All right, so you got the prominent dorsal fin. This is gonna stabilize the shark. And this is the caudal fin. That's gonna help propel the shark forward. Both these fins propel the shark forward, but this one's the most powerful one. So here you got the pectoral fin and the pelvic fin. All these do is help the shark from not sinking. The shark external skin is the placoid scales, and these scales give the shark skin a rough sandpaper-like texture. You're gonna have a lateral line. It's gonna run across the whole body of the shark. It's gonna detect water currents, water pressure changes, and movements in the water. And it's a mechanism the shark uses to efficiently locate its prey. So this is the brain model of the dogfish shark. Here at the top, which is yellow, is the forebrain. This is gonna be your sensory processing section. Here, this peach red color is the cerebellum. This is the hindbrain, and deals with balance, depth perception, and some cognitive functions. Here, you have the blue. This is the optic lobe, and also the midbrain. All right, so right here, you're gonna have the rostrum. The rostrum is just the most anterior protrusion of the head. And these little two slits right here, these are the nostrils. And the nostrils are responsible for detecting scents and leads to the nasal sac within the snout. And a shark smells by detecting chemicals in the water. And a shark can perceive small scent particles from great distances as well. So the eye is a sensory organ. There's the other one right here. It's responsible for receiving visual input. It leads to the optic nerve, which sends visual impulses to the optic lobe in the brain. It's located near the eye. Is the protective lid right here that goes on top of it. All right, so next is the mouth, which is this little sad face right here, and it holds the teeth and the jaws and stuff that it eats with. All right, so your spiracles would be right here, and these are, it's like you can't see them right here on the external side, but when we get internal and we skin the shark, you'll be able to see it. And they just act as they just act like a modified gill slit, but as I said, you can't see it here. All right, so the gill slits are the external gills that lead to the internal gills, which extract oxygen from water. And like most sharks, it has 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here, that extract oxygen from the water. And the gills, you can see here, these little lines. So the more surface area allows the gills to take more oxygen from the water. You can see it on this side as well. Bring it to see, so the external, and this is the internal. This is the mouth of the shark, and you see his razor sharp teeth, what they are known for. So the older ones are gonna be further out, and the newer ones are gonna be further back in rows of the teeth. And to keep the razor sharp teeth that they have is the ones furthest in the outside of the mouth eventually fall off, and the new ones push forward.
This shark is a male because you can tell he has claspers right here. The claspers are extensions of the pelvic fins that carry seminal fluid to the female's cloaca during copulation. For some species, the male grabs the female by the pectoral fin with his mouth and inserts his clasper into the female's cloaca while holding her. Sperm is then delivered through the dorsal groove called the clasper tube. This is the liver. We have the right lobe, the left lobe, and then in the middle we have the medial lobe right here. The liver is responsible for metabolizing carbohydrates and fats. It also produces bile and bile salts that emulsify fats in the duodenum. It is rich in oil, which provides buoyancy and provides energy. Just below the medial lobe, there is the gallbladder. It is a greenish color. It produces bile for the liver. Pretty much it.
The heart is a two-chambered heart. It is the atrium and the ventricle. And this is the aorta. On the inside, you can see the atrium, and this is the ventricle. It's a little larger. And blood gets pushed in from the atrium to the ventricle and then pushed out. Under here, we can see the aorta. I think you can see it properly. Right here is the aorta. Over here, we have the atrium, and this is the ventricle. Here's the atrium, and here's the ventricle. See it?
Can you label what is what?
This is the ventricle right here, and this over here is the atrium.
Okay. To the stomach. The stomach is just full of acidic gastric juices, and it breaks down the food. So after you leave here, it's gonna travel down. There's like this little curvature here. Here you have the spleen. So the spleen right here is a dark triangular organ near the stomach. All right. So the spleen cells recycle old red blood cells and platelets by removing the iron and other useful components. These cells also process by removing bacteria. So inside the intestines is where you're gonna find the spiral valves. And it continues to go down, all the way down to the colon and out the cloaca. So the colon is a narrow portion of the ileum that leads to the cloaca. In general, the colon digests bacteria, reabsorbs water, and forms feces.
These are the testes at the top of the vas deferens. They are responsible for making sperm and the hormone testosterone for the shark.
The kidneys are diffused organs that run along the midline on either side inside the pleuroperitoneal cavity and are responsible for the excretion of water and nitrogenous wastes.
It's the